And if you're thinking, I wonder if this is something I want to do, if there is any benefit with raising my kids with gentle parenting, with more understanding their needs, or maybe you're wondering, I want to do parenting with understanding. I want to raise my kids differently, but their other parent is a narcissist. It's just tough. I wonder if there is any benefit with me changing my parenting style if the other parent is not on board and is the opposite of parenting with understanding or gentle parenting. Today, I'm interviewing one of our clients in HIC Parenting Education. Her name is Sona, and she's a single mom, and she's going to show you how she went from overwhelmed to confident as a single mom who does not have a supportive co-parent, and you are going to see how she did it. But before we go there, Sona and many other single parents, they are in HIC Parenting Education every single week getting their direct support from their parenting coach. So if you're a single parent raising kids, you're not alone. You can have access to parenting coaches every single week by your side, helping you navigate parenting. If you want to have that direct support, then I encourage you to apply to HIC Parenting Education. Just type apply.hicparenting.com or open the description of this episode if you're watching on YouTube, the description of this video, or if you're watching our podcast, the description of the episode, and you're going to see the link there. Hello, Sona.
Hi, Marcela. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for saying yes to coming to the Parenting with Understanding podcast.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Okay, so let's start. So could you please tell us a little bit more about you, your children, your life? How was your life before you started applying parenting with understanding in your home?
Yeah, so I have a 9-year-old daughter now and an 8-year-old son. And so before parenting with understanding, I was a yeller. I yelled all the time. I absolutely hated it because they were just so little. I feel like they were just toddlers at that time. And I just felt like I just kept yelling at them. And I felt so badly. And I remember trying to read books like Scream Free Parenting because I just felt so guilty after the fact. But I just felt like I just needed something and I couldn't figure it out. I felt like it was like me looking online and it was just saying, say this, not that, or do this or not that. And so years go by and my daughter started struggling with anxiety. And I feel like after she struggled with anxiety, then again, I was back online. Like, what can I do? How can I help her? And at some point I joined TikTok. And so Rachel's videos actually were the first to come up. And that was before her Considerate Conversation formula had come out. And so I pre-ordered it. And I remember once I saw that and she said gentle parenting, something in my soul just cried out, was like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is it. This is what I've been looking for years. And finally I have someone saying it, showing the videos, and it was just so helpful. So then at some point I liked Rachel's videos, right? So then Marcela, your videos came up and I was like, oh my gosh, there's these workshops that I can do. So I joined workshops, but I wanted to join Parenting with Understanding. At that time, I didn't have a partner that was supportive of the gentle parenting avenue. So, and he would not have been okay with me signing up for the course. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to try to get what I can with the books and the TikToks and everything. Cut to me getting divorced and now being a single mom. And so I'm on my own doing this all by myself. My daughter still is struggling so much with anxiety. And so I still needed help. I found myself being triggered and I was like, I don't know what to do. I need help. And so, Marcela, your coaching program came up, and I was like, this is my sign. I'm going to do it. And I joined. And so we're in week 9, and I feel like it's the best thing that I've ever done in my entire life. Even week 1, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm so happy that I did this.
Okay, Sona, so you said that you were into the TikToks and Reels who told you, don't do this, instead do this, and then you purchased some books, and even you purchased one of HIC Parenting's ebook from Rachel Rogers. And then I'm very curious about something. What is the difference between staying with Reels, reading a book, going through a self-paced program or workshop, and getting direct coaching from an HIC parenting coach every week?
Yeah, I feel like the TikToks, the ebook, and everything is fantastic. It's such great information, but I feel like it's not individualized to what I would need and what my needs are and what my daughter's needs or what my son's needs are. And so having personalized coaching is just so helpful with that. I feel like you only get like little tidbits when you're doing the videos and whatnot. But with the program, you're able to see like nervous system regulation, your attachment style. And I feel like that is just so important to learn. I wish we learned it in school, in like elementary school, but hopefully we'll get there one day.
What has been the biggest transformation that you've seen in yourself first and in the relationship with your children since you started applying the parenting with understanding methodology with the help of your coach?
I feel like there's so many, but to pick the main one, I feel like I'm not a yeller and a screamer anymore. I don't go to bed at night feeling guilty about how I treated my children. I'm able to control my triggers so much better than I was in the past and just realize where they come from. With my kids, I feel like there's been so many changes as well. They learned so much by just watching me model things. Just this weekend, my son and my daughter were playing, and they were fighting over like Pokemon cards. My daughter had gotten like the better ones and my son didn't. And he had said like a lot of rude things to her. But then as like time went by, like 5 minutes went by, and he's like, you know what? I'm really sorry about what I said to you. Like no prompting, nothing. He just said it on his own. You know, that was really unkind of me. I shouldn't have said that. And I'm just like, that is so amazing, because I find myself also apologizing more to them. Like when I make a mistake or, you know, I'm not perfect. And I've also learned that it doesn't need to be about perfect parenting, because I struggle with that. But I just feel like our connection is just a lot stronger. They realize that I'm their safe space, that they can come to me with any problems if they're at school and something happens with a friend or even like an authority figure with a teacher. They'll say, Mommy, we want to tell you about this. We want to tell you what's going on. And they feel safe to tell me that. They're not worried about what my reaction is going to be or if I'm going to punish them about whatever happened. It's just been so, so great.
Oh, that fills my heart with joy. Thank you for sharing all this with me. So I'm curious about something, and it's about your co-parenting relationship. So my question is that when you enrolled in HIC Parenting Education, you were already a single mom, and then you were struggling with the co-parenting dynamic. You didn't know how to support your children through having different parenting styles. What has it changed for you in terms of that of co-parenting?
I feel like I am just so much more confident. I used to worry about, you know, what was going on over at that house and in my house, but I know that what I'm doing with consistency and communication is working. I am telling you right now, it is absolutely working. You just need one parent. That's it. You need one person to be doing the work, and you can get there with your kids. You don't need another parent. If you don't have it, that's okay. If you're just doing it by yourself, I can honestly tell you it's been a life changer for me.
Wow. That's amazing. And what have you noticed from your kids in terms of how they, because your daughter, when you came to HIC, she was dealing with a lot of anxiety. What have you noticed in her compared to before?
Yeah, so she still deals with anxiety, but we are able to work through it. The meltdowns are recovered so much faster, but I don't lose myself and my control. Like I am not, I feel like a lot of times I was getting triggered and I was unable to help her because I was not grounded, but I feel so much security and very grounded when I'm talking to her and able to work through it with her. I mean, we still struggle at times, but we are working through it together.
Okay, so I heard on TikTok, and thank you for sharing that. That fills my heart. I heard someone on TikTok saying, I'm breaking up with gentle parenting because he expects us to be perfect, and then I'm not for it. So you had that in you when you enrolled in HIC parenting education. You had a lot of pressure in you to be perfect. How has this process with your parenting coach helped you with that?
Yeah, I had very high expectations for myself. And because, like we said, right, trauma can just be something very little. So I felt like, oh my gosh, anything I could do could cause my children trauma. So I felt like I had to be perfect. But I realized you don't have to be perfect as long as you're trying. And if you make a mistake, come back and repair that connection with your kids, recommit to them, and keep trying afterwards, because you can do it. You can absolutely keep doing it. Like, yes, it's hard, um, but you don't have to be perfect. You really don't. And I've learned that. Yeah.
And the program and HIC parenting does not expect parents to be perfect either. So, do you have any kind of reservation when you were thinking about, I don't know if parenting coaching is for me? I don't know if this is the route that I want to take. What was coming up for you that may have been stopping you or keeping you from accessing HIC parenting coaching?
Honestly, I didn't have any reservations because I just felt like I needed help so badly. And I feel like you guys are kind of my co-parent in this, right? Like I just needed someone else because it's hard when you're by yourself and you're just doing it, you know? But I feel like having someone else there helping me through it, it's just so amazing, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of it and have you guys be along on this journey with me.
I want to know about something, and is that with in HIC parenting, we work in really small cohorts of no more than 7 parents at the time. When you said, like, it feels to me that you are my co-parent, what has your experience been in terms of being in a cohort with other parents?
Yeah, at first I was a little hesitant because I was like, oh no, am I going to be able to open up, like, or being around someone, like around other parents? But I can tell you that having other parents and like-minded parents, there's something to that that's just so amazing. And just even when you're talking, you'll get like little hearts or even just things in the chat that is just so sweet and so nice. And just it's just cheerleaders for you, right? And they're all like cheering you on, going through this journey with you. And I just feel like it's so helpful to have a support team with you as well.
How do you feel being in a group setting, which, how I said, is a very, very small groups that we form here in HIC? But how do you feel about sharing your struggles now that you're in week 9?
Yeah, I'm completely open to it. It's like I said, it's other parents that are going through the same struggles that you are. So you're hearing their struggles, they're hearing your struggles, and it's a team. You're working through it all together. You're in the same boat and you want to be the best parents that you can be to your little tiny humans. So we're all doing it together, but it's really nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. what message do you want to give to a parent who is thinking about accessing direct parenting coaching? Maybe they're reading books and they're trying their best, yet they feel and they see that those books and that social media advice just gives them great awareness, but it's not giving them the transformation and the connection and the peace, the cooperation, the relationship that they're craving with their kids. What message do you have for them, for those who are on the fence and don't know if parenting coaching is an option or is something that they want to pursue?
I would say do it. You can do it. It is just so helpful. It's an investment that you will use daily, all the time, not only for your kids, but for yourself. I feel like we didn't learn a lot of these things when we were growing up, and now we get to utilize the nervous system and attachment style and what's going on. I just feel like I know it's risky, but take a chance and just do it, and you will not regret it.
You will never look back.
No.
That was me. When I did the curriculum as a student, I never looked back.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I was like, I want to be a coach. And I became a coach. Okay, thank you so much for sharing your experiences with me. And if you are listening to the Parenting with Understanding podcast and you're like, wow, I need this, again, go to apply.hicparenting.com. You have the opportunity to fill out an application. And if you do qualify, meaning that we know for sure we can help you in HIC Parenting Education Agency, then we will show you a calendar where you get to book a call with one of our admissions advisors. And hopefully you are enrolled in HIC Parenting Education. And if not, then we will be able to answer your questions and for you to see if this is the path that you want to take. Don't forget to follow us at High Impact Club. And if you are an HIC cycle breaker, meaning that you have anything from HIC Parenting Education, an ebook, a digital guide, or if you are one of our clients in the Parenting with Understanding program, if you're working with one of our HIC coaches, then join. You can find us on Facebook, the HIC Cycle Breaker Pride Facebook group. And remember that it only takes understanding to transform your parenting. I'll see you next week.